It's Matt Rogers, Skywatcher, and I'm going to show you some webcam images that I've noticed around the world as we still are searching for them heavenly bodies that are out there in our inner solar system. Okay, now we've got some webcams to show you, but also we've got some interesting photos to show people these changes, these dark skies and these strange cloud formations. So please first look at these images, because they've come in by fantastic people that are showing the truth. They want people to see this. So that's now, look at these. Now I just want to start by showing you this image that I found very interesting, that came in from a fantastic person that's out every day showing and taking images, sending lots of emails in. Now what we see is here, if you look at the background, you can see the plasma of the sun. Okay, but what you're seeing here on the horizon is another reflection from another object. It's a different colour, and this moves to the right side. I've said this quite a few times on other videos, but it's important to see the differences, the different colours that we've not seen before. Now let's move on to another image. This next photograph got a lot of attention, a lot of emails being sent in explaining as well, and people were very shocked to see this, where you're seeing a dark sky, this object that's supposed to be our sun, and this pink haze you can see on those chem formations. That is not our sun, that is something else that's in our skies, because if it was the sun we would see the blue skies. So another fantastic image showing the proof that there is something going on. This is a night image of the supposed moon that was taken from the USA, and looking at detail with that photograph as well, there is something going on again. To the center you've got that reflection. It is far too bright to be the moon, and look to the left side, we're getting another colour, and on those chem formations it's pink, isn't it? We're getting a pink haze. This photograph was taken in high definition using a high performance camera, and the night sky was black. But many people now reporting at night time they're seeing a light blue sky. It lights up on the horizons. So remember these images, because they're so important to seeing these big changes. We get hundreds of these photographs that come through as well, time after time, showing that this haze in front of this different colour of this so-called sun. Now just below we've got other formations, but can you notice how dark the sky is becoming from 10 AM onwards? There's a huge dip in the light colour of the skies, and then it begins to get brighter again just after 1:30. Now I was out last night searching the heavens, and those chemtrails are being sprayed all through the evening to the early hours of the morning. Now seeing that object as well in the sky is very much different than we saw in the past, but many emails still coming through, and I will produce many photos this evening showing more evidence of what's happening, because every day I'm seeing this, and you all are too. You're sending comments as well explaining that this is what you're seeing, and we are all seeing this. So let's move on to another image. Looking at this photograph as well is very interesting, isn't it? Now they're just not normal, are they? These are chemicals, aluminum, aluminium and other types of harmful ingredients in them, and all they're doing is they are changing the way our skies are, and it's a big huge cover up. Look on the left side of the screen as well, there's another formation there. Very strange. these were not the skies we saw in the past. Here's another photograph, genuine photo, showing you a big change. And still, to this day, I have over 40 to 50 emails come through saying that these are not anything to do with chemicals, and these are just passenger airlines that are just on business trips, holiday makers. This is what they want you to believe, but we can clearly see the ones that are fully aware and awake that this is a cover-up. There's also still reports that many of these places are closed down, these Walmarts around the many major populated areas. But everything's been quiet down. They don't want this evidence, this report to come out. They are still organising things in them places. There's been truthers that have gone in there to try and take images, and they get pulled out and told to go away. And if I had a chance, I would go in there to try and do some filming. But if anybody is able to capture anything, it's so important to send information through so we can try and get some sort of idea of what's still going on. I mean, looking at this photograph as well clearly shows that it's far too bright, isn't it? There is something big reflecting. And normally in the past years, we would see the moon that was rising a lot dimmer, and we could see the colour and the formations, the craters on it. But now, this 2017 year, it is far too bright. Just these images are genuine and show that something has changed. Here is the next image as well, and as this object rises in the skies out there above the Earth's atmosphere, way out, you can see, can't you, this huge reflection on it. And look at the red reflection you're getting on those cloud formations just below it. Our moon in the past never did this. It never showed off this strange light that you can see on the photograph. Another photograph showing you a difference of the skies. And remembering back, we just saw a big difference, but now most parts of the world are reporting this that you see on the screen. A haze, chems, to cover the truth. They are worried because when these objects show themselves, they're straight out to cover the area for the members of the public, for them not to see. This is another image that stood out to me as well. Now, on that photograph is nothing natural. They are covering up the skies. We could see that huge pink haze as well, and that orange reflection, and a dark shadow to the center of the screen. But just going to keep going and keep showing, because when you are an observer as well, like all of you, we see a big change. And yes, they spray the area of the sun. We've noticed now as well that the temperatures start rising once they've sprayed the skies. Yes, we understand that the sun is still affected. It's still blasting out huge amounts of solar activity, and it's hammering our Earth's magnetic field, solar blasts. And if we get one of those blasts that get through, it's happened before in the past, it will knock our power grids down, and those power grids will stay down. They won't be able to turn them on in a couple of hours time, and everything will just be fine again. All the electric, our main power source, cars, everything will be affected, hospitals. So it's a build-up, isn't it, that we've been seeing through these past years. A huge build-up of what we see in the skies the weather patterns, and it's just important, isn't it, to get these messages out. Here we have the Alaska cams, the FAA aviation weather cameras. People have gone to these many a times, but I've noticed something on the this cam at northeast skies. Let me just go to this now. Just go through this now. So I'll just go onto the loop to northeast, and what I've noticed here is a rise. Now this colour that you see on the screen is nothing to do with the sun. Let me just zoom into this for you. Right, now what we're seeing here is this orange haze, not this white object. Now let me just go back here on this. As I go through, you can see this strange orange colour that's reflecting to the northeast. Here again, if I just go through, you can just clearly see all this is another reflection from something else. Can you see this pink reflection on the snow here as well? It's clearly evident now that something else is in our skies. We can see those colours. Let's move on to another cam. Next cam we have here is based in Canada, and it's called Sarena Cam. Now what I've done is I've looked at this east cam. Let's just flick through this. I'll show you now. Let's go to the loop, and on this photograph cam I'm seeing this other object. Can you see it rising? Look at this pink reflection. Let me just zoom in. Okay, what I've done is I've started the cam off with this photograph. Can you see this pink haze that's coming through from the system? Now above in the sky you can see just about all of its chems. Now going back to the other image, as it's rising, this isn't the sun here. This is not a reflection from the sun again. This is another reflection from something else in the skies. Then what I'll do is I'll go to the next image, this one here. Look at this again, more activity of chem lines. This pink haze as well that's cutting through. You can just see this now on many people's photographs. Unnatural skies. So I just thought it was interesting to go through the webcam on the FAA aviation weather cameras. Also on the 8th of December this month we had a huge solar blast, a solar flare. It was massive, and again it's just more evidence, isn't it, that this is carrying on. The sun isn't calming down at all, as we've got other objects that are affecting our sun. We have that binary twin nemesis that's here now, and everything is being affected, but they still try and cover our skies, and they still dumb down the public to try and confuse people that this isn't happening. And it is happening. We do see these changes. We see wildlife. There's not many of them about now. It's affecting everything. Here we have another webcam that's in Europe, but the thing is, I've noticed two different colours on this footage. There's a pink haze and this other colour as well. Let me just go through this. Here, can you see this other colour that's cutting through? It is becoming stranger. I mean, this is 3 AM in the skies. Let me just go through this again. You can see here, and then we're cutting through. It's disappeared. So different colours, different multiple light sources. Excellent photos, thank you. And webcam images. I mean, we've seen a few of the images now, haven't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot off now because I've got things to do, and I'll be back shortly with many more images that are coming through and more